Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Another episode of the GhettoRig podcast for you. My name is Eddie. For those who don't know, this is my co-host Jay. Behind the camera, we've got Miguel.
What's up? What's up?
So we were actually talking about nicotine, being a fiend and stuff.
Fiend,
and Miggy getting his tooth taken out. So this morning, the tooth thing I was gonna say was this morning I woke up for work, right? 4:30 in the morning, right? Happy and jolly at 4:30 in the morning, and
you got a hickey on your neck, bud.
hickey. That's from all the fucking chokes.
That's from the chokes from yesterday.
I felt it after when I was going home. I felt burning on this side.
Man, I feel so bad because Brian put me with
It's a good cover, you know.
Damaris
yeah.
as a partner, training partner, and you know how girls like, especially Damaris, she's very like girly girl. Like she uses like creams, all kinds of shit to keep her skin soft and shit. And I'm like, oh man, we're doing chokes, really?
Yeah.
Like, cause you know, just
gi chokes at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like like every tiny little like a little tiny thing on her skin is gonna feel like a sandpaper, and I had to like be super like
even for
suavito,
us, that
you know
gi
what
is
I mean?
not comfortable. That shit, you
Yeah.
feel it. It scratches you.
And we don't nearly use as many moisturizers and things
No, I don't
on
use
our
any.
body or neck or any.
I don't use any of that
I was
bullshit.
like, God damn it! I was like, damn it.
I felt bad actually. I had to when we were doing in a circle. Yeah, I was like, it's bright in here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking at it, I was like, damn, is the fucking temperature on like all max cool or what's going on?
But when we did like going in a circle and choking
Yeah.
every body type, whatever.
We did a circle choke.
I yeah. Right?
But
I see what you did there.
I felt bad having to do them, you know.
Yeah.
And especially because when you want to do it soft, you have to like start slow. But like that's almost a little worse.
Yes.
Right, because you're slowly tightening it. It takes more time.
That's it.
Exactly. And so it's like when I do it to Miguel or you, or when I was doing with Rodolfo and stuff, like
I still will start soft with either one of you. I still start soft, but then
it's a
once
faster build up.
Yeah, once I know you're already like it's coming, like because
Exactly.
once I start, then
You
I
tighten.
go whomp.
Exactly. You start soft still, but it's a faster build up versus like you're doing it on the girls like gradual.
Yeah,
You want to be careful.
Very
Dude.
slowly, yeah.
But it's at the same time it's almost worse. But you just because you don't know the limit, right? On one of us, you're not really scared, right? So
Because all of you been in that situation, you know. The only person I
Low-key.
was like that was Rodolfo. I didn't know what his limits are because it's one of the first times getting into it. But then first time I kind of knew what his limit, I was like, all right, I can go a little harder.
Dude,
Right.
I am a bit scared of Dyer's girlfriend because
Why, she
she
gonna
is
choke you?
very flexible.
yeah.
So she could probably do some nasty shit. She could probably do like buggy chokes.
Buggy
and shit.
chokes and shit.
And betting bolos.
Fuck that.
But I think that's the
shit.
thing with girls, bro. Like at the gym that I go to, there's this little tiny girl that's there. She's a purple belt, like 3-stripe purple belt. There's nothing you can do to her, bro. She'll go into this like little turtle position, and she's so
Dude,
tiny, bro.
yeah.
There's like nothing. You can just pick her up, and she's just in that position at all times. Like there's nothing. It's like a little trying to mount a little tiny barrel. You know what I mean? Like
she went like completely limp, and I went to do the half Nelson choke, and I had to go all the way back, and I was like, all right, she's gonna tap out, right? And then I fucking kept going back. Okay, she hasn't tapped out. That's crazy.
yeah. So yeah.
But do we talk about teeth? I was gonna say something about
Yeah.
teeth.
Yeah,
So,
your teeth and pain and
So
root
this
canals
morning
and
I got up from
smoking.
work, went to load the truck, and then me and my dad pulled a little thing, and we came back and slept for a little bit. Bro, the moment I laid down, I don't know what it was. Like my tooth started killing me. One of the ones that I got fixed in DR.
Here we are.
Fucked me up.
Surprise.
And I just like couldn't go back to sleep. I told my dad like we woke up. We probably got here around 6:30, 7. Well, maybe 7 something. And like we were supposed to leave around 9 something, and I didn't go to sleep till probably like 8:30. Cuz I just was in there like just my tooth was fucking
Yeah, man. I woke up
killing
today
me.
at 6:45 to try and make it to my appointment. I did some X-rays, and I haven't been to the dentist in a long time, so I already knew that I was gonna have issues. And they're like, "Yeah, you have a cavity on this one. You have a cavity on this one, and this one's pretty fucked up. You need a root canal on this one, and then this one, you actually have that wisdom tooth that you have. Although it hurts, you have 2 other ones. You have the one that's coming out on the other side, and then you also have another one that's growing." Sideways on the top.
Shit.
And I'm like, well, that one doesn't fucking hurt, so I'm gonna have to deal with that one later. But
Do you have insurance? Dental?
so this is the big thing that's going on with this, because it's all tactically,
Planned.
done by me.
I got you.
So
I know exactly what you're saying. You don't have to dox yourself. I get it.
You're right. You know what? I'm not even gonna dox myself. But tomorrow's my last day of work, so I'm trying to make the most out of it.
So just have him fucking take out all 3 teeth.
I can't.
Why not?
So the thing is, they were gonna transfer me over to another doctor that would be able to pull out all 3 at the same time. But that was all the way on the 20th.
So this doctor only can do 1 or 2?
Yes, because
What the
technically,
fuck?
Because the way they allocate the time.
Because technically it's considered an emergency extraction.
It's
So
a fucking emergency.
I
What are you
got-
talking about? It hurts.
Yes.
Just be like, it hurts, bro.
Exactly.
It already hurts. It's going sideways.
I have the referral. So
Call
what
tomorrow.
I, what I
Like,
did
hey,
was
bro, it hurts now.
I
Yeah.
called a bunch of offices today to see if they could get me in today or tomorrow, and they either didn't have availability. I went to one of the offices. The guy wasn't there for the whole entire week, and then the other office that I was at, the guy didn't have any availability until the end of the month, and I didn't want to do it in a month because I'm trying to get some rest before so that I can actually enjoy
Bro,
Vegas.
The one that's gonna take these teeth out, just literally call tomorrow and be like, it started hurting really bad. Just like that, straight up. It started hurting really bad. I don't know what to do. It's actually worse than the other ones. Gonna have to extract it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Make
Yeah.
the schedule happen.
Now,
Bro, this
the
is
other-
all
the
bullshit,
other
man.
thing-
Make the schedule
So
happen.
this is the other thing.
Because them motherfuckers, you'll come to your appointment. Your appointment's supposed to be, let's say, at 11 o'clock. They don't come see you till 11:15. And a lot of times, when they do my appointment, you'll see them fucking talking to each other, like spending their time, like taking these
You
breaks.
see the motherfucker walk past your room 6 times
Yeah.
before he finally comes in your room.
Yeah, bro. Like, I understand they do
Drinking
breaks
soda,
as well, but
having darts.
yeah, but it doesn't matter. I've been at different times of the day. I've been early in the morning. I've been midday. I've been not that you say, oh, it's lunch hour. That's why they're taking their time. No, bro. They just take their fucking time. Stop taking your sweet time. That's
Yeah.
it.
I will say the machines that they use are very cool. Again, it's been a while since I've been in there.
Yeah.
They did the little X-ray, the little thing that they stick in your mouth, and
Yeah.
like, all right, chew on that, and then they take a little picture. Yep. And just display.
Let
it
me
in
ask you
front of
this, Mickey. So
I was looking at those pictures and I'm like, oh yeah.
I had a
need to
similar-
get this shit fixed quick. I'm not trying to get a fucked up mouth.
I had a similar experience as you. So I had a tooth, the second one from the back on my top right. Well, I say second one, but in reality, it's
Your molar.
it's the first, right? Because I have all 4 wisdom teeth out and usable, like no pain. I had like minor pain when they were first like coming out of the
When they're
gums,
erupting out of the gums.
but it was nothing enough for me to like even like notice it and be like, oh, my wisdom teeth hurt. I thought it was just like a little bit of basic tooth pain. Like
Yeah.
it was nothing crazy. Like literally, I never even had to take Tylenol, no bullshit for it. But anyways, so the far back molar on this side, the one right in front of the wisdom tooth, got big ass hole in it. Big ass fucking hole in it, right? I blame it on all the fucking sugar, probably, like the amount of candy I eat, right? So I went in and I hadn't been to the dentist in probably 5-6 more years,
yeah,
right?
and it's for me too.
So just like you,
Been a while.
I go in and they're like, okay, well, that tooth's really bad, right? That tooth's really bad. That's a given. You have a bunch of other small cavities, like they named like 6 or 7.
Yeah, they start showing you a bunch of cavities, and it started scaring the fuck out of me.
And then, but
they're
they
little.
tell you they're so
little.
small, and usually, in my case, they were like in between the teeth,
Yes.
like on the edges of in between, right? And I'm talking to the lady, and she goes, in all retrospect, for you not going to the dentist for 5 or 6 years, not that bad.
So let me ask
And
you
I was
this.
like, "Are you serious?" And she's like, "No, I'm being for real. Like, the shit we see is fucking crazy."
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I almost fucking cried when I fucking saw all the costs of all the visits that they were
Yeah.
telling me, because they broke down all the things that I needed done for my mouth.
Yep.
And it ended up being like $9,000, dude.
Yep.
And I'm like, I'm obviously not gonna be able to do all of this in once, but I definitely need to start working towards bettering it.
Bro, can you, like, your thing is to get it all done at once, bro. Like, it's not that bad because, let me ask you this. So, one tooth, another tooth, is it right here or is it on the edges? Where are
It's
your
usually on the
cavities?
edges. It builds up in the edges
Or
because
like
of not flossing usually.
Oh, the cavities that I'm talking about. The main concern that I have is my top molar tooth, not my wisdom tooth. It has a chip, and because of that chip, a lot of
Food gets
has
stuck there,
been
yeah.
stuck in
'Cause
between
you don't have
it,
the enamel.
and it's got to the point where it's dark. You can see that it's
Yeah.
infected almost.
Yeah, it's getting a cavity in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
What happens is that it's like a cavity that forms like this.
no, I know.
And I
I know.
definitely know that there's definitely something going on, because you can feel the pulse. Like there's almost like
You know, you got
pulse.
gingivitis.
Exactly. It's like
No, I don't think he has gingivitis.
No,
You'll
so
be able to
you
smell
probably
it.
have minor. You probably have minor gingivitis. That's usually what happens when you have minor gingivitis. That's usually what happens is those small cavities in between
Well,
the teeth. Because gingivitis is literally just the gaps
Yeah,
in
so
between your teeth, and so the bacteria builds up and stuff.
when my teeth, I'm a unique situation, right? Because my teeth, like the molars, they're super deep. like they're deep grooves inside them, and because of those deep grooves, I had in the middle of the tooth cavities, and that was like that 6 of them, and one of them ended up being deeper where she had to numb it. All the other ones, she's like, I can do it without numbing it. And then the other one, she starts like, oh, it's going deep. I have to numb it. I was like, just go with that. She's like, no, it's gonna hurt. I have to numb it.
That shit hurts, bro.
But and then I did a little bit of research. Those were caused due to stress. Because those are stress cavities more than anything else, right? But that was after I was like 35, 36. That was the first time I've ever had cavities.
Yeah.
In my entire life at 36
I've grown up
years
with that
old.
shit. Like for example, when I was a kid, I had one that got so bad. One of my milk teeth.
Yeah.
They got so bad, and they were just like, I'm not gonna fix this, and just pulled it out.
Yeah, as even a kid, I didn't know.
And so I had like a big
I already had a
gap right here where the tooth was missing for years.
I already have had one extraction done before my bottom, which you can't really see. So again, not a bad extraction.
So you're already missing one?
Yeah, I'm already missing one down here.
Bro, well, that one, here's the issue with that one. As times goes by, your teeth are gonna start shifting. You're gonna start getting gaps.
That's why my wisdom tooth started popping out a lot quicker on that side, because since there's
Has
nothing there, it started moving.
Yeah.
out.
So what did they say about that? They're probably gonna want to put a bridge in there to push this. Cause, bro, like, if I were you, I just did. If I were you, I'd find out right now, because you can probably get not Invisalign. There's other brands to get your teeth aligned properly and have them do a crown. Because what's gonna happen if they do not do a crown and do not fix your teeth in place, they're going to move with time.
Always.
They're going to move with time, and that happened to my mother because they extracted teeth and her teeth were all jacked, and then that ended up costing close to $20,000 for us to fix her teeth and bring them back to semi-normal. And now she has at least a semi-normal smile, but you can still say some of the teeth are a little bit on the crooked side because it was such a long time. So right now, while you're young, you need to take care of that, because as time goes by, your teeth are going to be fucked up.
So I actually have a weird case too, where like you look on the bottom, it's almost like overcrowded, right? Like the bottom ones are like overlapping,
Yeah.
but then when you look on the top, I had like gaps here, gaps here on the side. And I was talking to the lady, and I was like, when I went to do my root canal last year, and I was like, so if I wanted to like get braces still at this age, this and that, and she's like, yeah, we could definitely do it. You know, all your teeth are in. You know, having no baby teeth or whatever that's gonna be coming in. You have the space, right? So for everything to be adjusted. But she was telling me how there's so much space on the top, that once everything becomes aligned, that next to the two big ones, there's gonna be gaps. Because once they fix all this back here, and so she was saying that to fill the gaps, she would like to do veneers.
Yeah.
On two of the teeth on either side, on one tooth on either side, just to kind of fill the gap. Because once they're all straightened out, there's gonna be gaps.
Yeah, that's true. So so try to get as much shit as you can done, and then with this new job, are you gonna have insurance?
No.
Okay.
But I was sent today that Walmart actually does like dental stuff.
Yeah.
And it's actually very affordable compared to other places.
I would go to.
I'll go to Walmart for your dentist.
I'll go to a dentist, but what I would suggest
man, at the
doing,
same time, I like going to the little vision thing that they had in Walmart when I was a kid. My mom used to go there. I used to go there. It was great service.
Dude, look, for I don't have vision insurance, right? Because there's nothing that I like that they can ever offer me. Why would I pay vision insurance constantly to only at the end of the year, maybe once a year, get one exam done and get a pair that I actually like?
No, I get what you're saying. Now, my thing is this: I think it starts in November. Like, you can go through the government marketplace and get insurance, right?
I do have medical insurance, but I opted not to do dental because I just never did dental. I never really cared.
So dental. Well, see, here's the thing: a lot of people will do that.
Now, can't you add it? You can go in and add it.
I don't know if I can add it right now, but for the next
next year, yes. Yeah. Most companies they will not let you. You have to get it done before the year starts. Otherwise, they won't let you do it.
My mom was able to add mine. Specifically, and it was funny too because she was telling me how, starting February 1st, I have dental, but nobody else does.
So basically, premise to this is dental is not going to cost you that much more money, especially if you stick with just what's called within the network, right?
Yeah.
You can get the PPO plans, which are outside, and you can go to outside the network, but then there's the HMO plans that are within the network, and those are not gonna you're just gonna pay copay, and they're usually like 15.
So I can see chat just in case.
There's usually like $15 a pop, and you end up actually $15 a pop. It's actually a good investment every month, especially because that includes that your annual cleaning or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Which is you can do 2 annual cleanings. That includes it, and then you have things that are covered. X-rays are covered once a year.
as well.
Yeah, those are all covered. And then if you go within the network, it's not going to cost as much.
I will say, dude, the availability of dental doctors, terrible.
Yes, it is terrible.
It's any doctor. It's any fucking doctor.
Another thing that I learned today, like during all this fucking calling and trying to get an appointment, the wisdom tooth doctor is different than the fucking doctor that will pull a regular tooth.
Yeah.
That's so ridiculous to me.
It is.
And you want to hear this shit?
And the problem is they won't schedule with that doctor until you go through a fucking...
Yes.
And listen to this shit. So, when you do a root canal, the doctor that does your crown is not the same doctor that does your root canal.
It's stupid, dude.
It's I don't understand that. Like when I went in, right? Oh yeah, okay, we did the X-rays. Yeah, that tooth is fucked. Needs a root canal. Okay, when can we schedule the root canal? No, you gotta go over here to schedule the root canal. You guys don't do it? No. Somebody else does it. So go schedule the root canal. Okay, get it done. Okay, now go back to your original doctor to schedule your temporary crown placement to then get a permanent one. It's fucking bonkers. I don't understand. Why can't I just do the root canal at a normal dentist's office?
It takes longer time to go to school.
Yeah?
It takes longer time for different things like, the oral surgeons. There's oral surgeons.
So that's technically like is that like a surgery technically?
I don't know what they classify it as.
You have the maxillofacial surgeons, which are the people that deal with things like mouth, jaw, face, and neck. Those are the people that do your wisdom teeth. And then you have people who do your root canals, which are endodontics.
Yes.
Endodontics, yeah.
Yes, you're right.
And those are the people that do the root canal. Now, from all the research that I've been doing, root canals hurt way less compared to something like a wisdom tooth extraction.
Oh, 100%.
Because they numb it out, and all they do is they come in.
They take out the nerve. Yeah.
There's no. So the thing is your wisdom tooth extraction. They have to go in and dig the tooth out from the tissue. Literally detach it from the tissue, right?
Mine's not gonna be too bad for.
Versus when I got my root canal done, they leave the base of the root of the tooth in. They go in through the inside and basically burr out the nerves.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah,
they call it roots. Like think of the you know how like your tooth has like those 3 to 4 little pegs or whatever. They leave that there. It's like they just drill out the inside, like kind of hollow it out almost, and then they fill it up.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy, dude.
It doesn't really hurt. I got it done. I'm not against needles or anything, so they do the numbing. The only thing that sucked though.
I'm against needles until I need them.
Yeah. So the thing that sucked though, for some reason, I guess my body doesn't like local anesthetic. Like it just like fuck you.
I've never had an.
And so when they did the local anesthetic to numb the tooth, they do liquid nitrogen. They take like straight up liquid nitrogen or something, and they put it on a little piece of cotton. Yeah, and they put it up to the tooth, right? Because when you need a root canal, one of the biggest signs that you need a root canal on a tooth is temperature sensitivity.
Yep.
Like for example, right now that's
what I need on top.
That tooth that didn't let me sleep this morning was because when I went to go brush my teeth this morning, the water was too cold.
Yeah.
And gave the tooth an ache, and the ache lasted all morning. Mm-hmm. And so that tooth that's fucked up is probably gonna need a root canal now. The one that I'm not gonna mess with my aunt. My aunt fixed. Yeah. The one that she fixed is now. I think I'm probably gonna need a root canal because it's to the point where the pressure is pressure sensitive and temperature sensitive. Yep. So they put that little cotton thing right. That's real cold, bro. They had to do that shit like 4 times to me. Inject me. I'm like, fuck, that shit still hurts. Oh, it still hurts. All right, inject me. Fuck, it still hurts. Got to the point after 3 or 4 injections, the guy's like, bro, I'm about to have to give you enough to kill a small horse.
Damn.
Like joking around. I'm sure it's not for real,
But so you don't have these issues in a foreign country. For whatever fuck reason, you don't have these fucking issues.
You actually don't.
I don't get it.
What do you mean?
My grandpa made a funny suggestion, but I know he was completely joking because the costs are completely different. But he's like, with all that money that you're gonna spend, why don't you just go take a ride to Cuba and do it over there?
Your grandpa was not joking; he was dead serious.
See, but this is the thing, though.
It's funny, but it's true. But at the same time, if I go to Cuba, if something happens medically, I'm fucked. Car-wise, I'm fucked because I still need to pay for transportation. There is no transportation.
And also you say that in foreign countries, this is none of these problems. The thing is, I feel one of the things that you're gonna see in foreign countries, and when we say foreign, probably mean third world countries, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we that's what
Go
we're
to
meaning,
Colombia.
right?
Colombia is one of the better places.
So, okay, I'm thinking
when we're
poverty.
going to Colombia,
right?
boys.
But
Biggie needs
bro,
a
most of
dental
these
work.
places they just
Let's
extract
support
the
it.
tooth.
Let's get some dental work done.
They just extract the tooth. If it's got a problem, oh, we're not doing a root canal. That's so much work. This is not. Just take the fucking tooth out.
I think like
I feel like
places
that's
like
what made
Colombia. I
myself-
think like places like Colombia is a little more.
I have been debating whether I should just, instead of doing a root canal on this back molar, I should just get it extracted. It's much cheaper. You can't see it.
The molar. You talking about molar or the wisdom tooth?
Molar.
The molar.
Yes.
So I will say this, Miggy. I would recommend doing the root canal, in the sense where the after product is like a normal fucking tooth.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt. I don't feel it. It has zero sensitivity because they literally drilled the fucking nerve out, right? Great. It's fucking great.
You said that one time the crown popped out.
No. That's I
you
told you that I had that anxiety
Oh, okay.
because I was telling Miggy this shit. I have literally
Because
nightmares.
now you're
I've
giving,
had nightmares
now
about
you're
this
giving
shit.
me a little bit
No,
of
no, no.
anxiety. I'm like, how long is that crown gonna last? Am I gonna be able to pop that bitch out?
No. They
It's
put
rare
that shit.
that they pop out.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna pop out.
It's like one
But-
of those, like, oh, Hondas are shit because I'm a Honda mechanic. Well, no shit, because you see the shit cars
Yeah.
only.
So this is
You know?
this is the story. So when you go and you get the crown done, after they do the root canal, you go and you get the crown fitting, right? That's what they call it. So they drill out around the tooth to be able to put the new crown on. But they put the mold on so they can then send to get the permanent crown made. They do the mold and then they put a temporary crown. They like sculpt their own temporary crown around your tooth, around the tooth that they drilled out. That temporary crown, they put it in. Boom. They're like, okay, in 3 days, your thing will be ready. Your appointment's set. Boom. Come back. When I come back, and I ate like normal, right? I went home. I ate fucking chicharrón with that temporary crown and shit. I didn't give a fuck. And then I come back, bro, that girl just goes in my mouth with the little hook and just goes, tuck, and that shit pops out. I feel it. Fuck. I'm like, so you're telling me I could have swallowed this bitch? And since that moment, since I can vividly remember that feeling of the tooth going tuck and her like with the hook in my mouth, for whatever reason, I've had this weird like paranoia about that the permanent one is gonna do that. I've literally had like dreams where like in the dream the fucking crown pops out and I have like this little heart and I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah.
So you're gonna need probably something like that. Picture one below. That no. Go back.
That's exactly what they're gonna do.
No,
They
the one
shave
below.
it down and
Below. Yeah, go. Right. No, up. Yeah, that. You're gonna need that for the missing tooth.
oh, that's fucking cool.
That's
I didn't
a
know
bridge.
I didn't know they did that.
Wait, whoa.
That's a
Mickey
bridge.
said I know what I'm asking for. So they double crown the teeth around
So,
it.
I did.
That's a
It's
bridge.
not something that I was actually like interested in getting because again, it doesn't really concern me because you can't really see it.
Well, it's
But
not about
it's
the
not
seam,
about seeing, it's
moving
about
your
the
It's
teeth
about
moving.
spacing.
Yeah.
I was concerned about eventually later on in life when I have pulled out a couple of them to like maybe do some type of dental implants so that I don't have a fucked up mouth and just missing teeth.
Here's the thing. You don't want to pull any teeth out. Like, unless they're wisdom teeth, you don't want to pull any of them out.
That's the best case scenario, but obviously if you get a fucking cavity that's destroying your fucking teeth.
Root canal it.
Even then, you don't want to pull it out. If they can save the tooth, it's better to save the tooth.
Bro,
It is. It's just
My shit-
expensive,
bro, I get it. It is
It's not as expensive as that. That shit's gonna cost you more money.
Yeah, but no.
That
so
shit literally
this is
gonna
the thing.
implants to do implants in your mouth, like
Or
total
dentures?
total
Dentures
full
are expensive.
implants, is $60,000 to $70,000. Why do you think people go to Colombia for that shit? And then the problem with implants is the way implants work. They drill 3 or 4 metal pieces into your jaw.
Anchors.
They go like anchors, and then they take it's like dentures. They clip on, which means now you get food that gets between your gum and this denture. So you have to buy these special brushes to brush inside it. And then if you don't follow like the cleanings, which now you're gonna have to go back even more, your mouth is gonna smell like permanent fucking gingivitis because food gets in between and starts rotting.
Did you guys see that? What Alex is talking about? Kanye and his titanium dentures.
They look gross.
Yeah, I saw that.
Because there's no fucking holes through them. So
Yeah, it looks like a football. Looks like a football.
You can't really
So,
put.
but I thought they were like just grill.
You know, I didn't know the denture. I saw that he was complaining about not being not
And they also
having
cost him like
contact for a
60
year.
grand or some wild shit. Yeah.
Kanye 60 grand. That's dropping a bucket for him.
I know, but bro, it's just a piece of titanium. Why does it have to cost 60 grand?
I don't know why.
Yeah,
he
it's a
even have
grill. It's a grill, right? It's not like he actually changed his teeth out.
I don't know.
Oh, $850,000 titanium grill.
Yeah.
For what? Bro's just trying to have a light grill.
It means something to him. You know, he's fucking weird as shit.
I mean,
I've been listening to a lot of
Playboy
Kanye
Cardi,
and Kid Cudi.
Playboy Cardi came out of LA looking like weird as fuck, wearing some like pantyhose G-string thing. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Cardi fit. Oh no.
What the fuck you putting?
Playboy Cardi fit.
Yeah, bro. That's
You talking about the shit he wore on Aiden Ross's stream? Like
Yeah.
fucking the dominatrix shit?
Where's it at?
Oh, hey, yo?
he wore a straight up G-string, bro.
Yeah.
It's like a bodysuit. Yeah. Anyways, it's just fucking weird as shit.
Did you guys, I mean, I don't think you know who 21 Savage is, but Miggy, you saw when
He
he got
ripped his
caught?
teeth out, I guess.
What?
He did rip his teeth out?
He does.
What was I saying? 21 Savage got caught cheating on Aiden Ross's stream.
You got caught cheating?
Yeah. So he came in and they were playing like a card game. And he afterwards, I think it was like Aiden's assistant or something, comes in at the, like, after they're done playing the game. And he's like, bro, these cards are marked. And he's like, what? No way. He takes all the cards. He's like, shit, every single face card, like any card, like Queen, King, Jack, Ace, any of those cards are all marked, like a little scratch on them.
Mm-hmm.
And like fucking 21 Savage is like playing stupid and shit, like, no way, this and that. And then apparently after the stream, he called him apologizing and like gave him the money back or whatever. Because they played
I bet that was.
they were playing for money.
I bet that was for design.
Maybe.
Did Jay finally see the Drake video?
So I didn't watch the Drake video, although I do have an opinion on it, and this is the reason I posted
That's
that.
literally what it was looking like, bro.
So here's the thing.
This video right here.
Yeah,
Let me.
I didn't watch the video.
let
I
me
didn't
show
care
it to
enough
the
to watch
fellas
the
here.
video.
Are we going to show this to the stream?
That's literally what it looked like right there.
Huh? Oh, is that so? Is that so? It reminds you of the Drake video. How do you know about that Drake video? Why are you turning your phone?
It popped up on my phone.
No, that doesn't just pop up on your phone. Let me see your phone. Let me see your phone. Let me see your phone right now. Unlock it. Unlock it. Unlock the
bullshit.
phone.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
she
insane.
knew
I
she
don't know
got caught.
how. I don't know what you're doing on this phone. Hold, we're gonna open.
Yeah, this
Is
is
that
staged.
right? I'm disappointed in you.
Babe, I told
I'm
you
dis-
it just popped up on my feed.
Disappointed in you. Disappointed.
So pause it. So the reason I posed that is I wanted to bring up the Drake conversation. So I watched an opinion, and although there were some facts given about it, I didn't watch the video. So apparently he sent this video to some girl. I don't know whether he was smashing this girl before or wanted to smash, and this girl goes out there and doxes him and puts the video out, right? Similar situations have happened to a bunch of people, like the whole Vince McMahon story or whatever, the WWE guy story, like all those
Oh,
messages
he's not
that popped out.
WWE guy anymore.
Well, all those messages that popped out. So apparently, he himself and that girl, they've been in a relationship for like 2 years, and he's been giving her money, cars, purses, up to even $2 million for whatever, you know. And then at one point, he's like, "All right, we're done." He's like, "What the fuck do you mean we're done?" Then she comes out with the, "Oh, he trafficked me." Suddenly, you know, she gets
I
a
just know that
conscious.
Drake is happy as hell that shit got leaked.
Well, I don't know if Drake is happy as shit or not. The point is that this was leaked, and you know, but the whole thing of that was.
Well, I don't know if Drake.
Oh,
is,
shit.
I don't know if Drake.
Real
is really
quick, happy birthday to Alex. Shout out
Oh,
Alex.
it's
It's his birthday
Happy
today.
birthday.
Alex.
Play another. There's another video specifically for the Drake, and this is exactly how I feel about this Drake video. Go back. I think there was I think I put another one. No, not. It's not a Twitter thing. Go down. It was Daquan, not Daquan. One of the YouTube. No, not this one.
You know, one of
These
the
aren't it. I already
who was it
looked
that
at
Oh,
bought
these are not it.
the
Okay, yeah.
Quan
Anyway,
meme page? You guys saw that?
What is
One
it?
of the big news. I think it was like a news outlet that bought the Quan meat page for like millions of dollars.
No shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up now. Let me see.
No shit. So one
you
of
guys
the
think there's big business in those accounts that?
I mean, this
follow?
guy made millions of dollars.
followers.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, it's eyes.
so this is even weirder actually. Warner Music Group paid $85 million for that page.
Oh, what do you guys think about Universal Music Group pulling their stuff from TikTok?
I don't
Say
know.
again?
What do you guys think about Universal Music pulling their music down from TikTok?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So that's gonna be a bunch of music that's not allowed to be used.
Bunch of artists are not going to be on TikTok right now. Due to all the digital streaming stuff that they've got going on, and TikTok not paying them, I guess.
Well,
So, from my understanding, right? Like I always saw. Fill in my blank in my brain here. For example, if we played music right now on this stream, we would get copyrighted, right? And so we've had this stream literally shut down before in the middle of us live,
Yes.
because of copyright, right? Since the
Yes, we
beginning,
have.
TikTok has had all these viral songs, and songs have gone viral due to TikTok, right? Are all these rights being allowed to TikTok for these songs? Like, how does this all work? Because it's
So,
all these very, very old songs,
looked
also
up-
new shit.
So I looked up the reason as to why they're leaving. It says this is happening because TikTok and UMG could not come to a new agreement for licensing the music. So there was an old licensing deal that expired on January.
So
31st.
TikTok is licensing all this stuff.
so TikTok probably pushed back, or they asked for more money. You know, just kind of like Joe Rogan just got signed back to Spotify for $250 million. Matter of fact, apparently PBD knew of a deal that he could get, which was $350 million, and he opted to stay with Spotify instead
Really?
of going for the new deal. But
I mean, Spotify lets that guy do whatever he wants.
I mean, it just makes sense to be able to partner up with a company that's gonna allow you to do what you want and that's kind of gonna trust you to.
well,
be
not
able to
only
do it.
that, I think he's a creature of habit. Number one, that right there, what you just said,
Another thing,
and on top of that, Spotify was the only one that extended him the hand when the fucking YouTube tried to cancel him.
another,
You know what I mean? So he's
another
like, well,
thing
fuck you all
is-
guys, you know? Where were you? It's kind of like when a girl comes back in your life, now that you're rich and successful, she kind of, oh, hey, why didn't it ever work out between us? Well, bitch, you wouldn't piss on me if I was on fire back then, but now you're returning, you know?
But
it's
isn't
the
it
type of
weird
deal.
how even Joe Rogan himself will admit YouTube is it?
With YouTube is it doesn't really... So YouTube is it for creators, correct, but he's making his money. So yes, YouTube is it for the majority, but for Rogan it doesn't matter. Like he's already made he's got the deal for $250 million. There's not much more money you need
But what I
to
was
be
saying-
happy because you're flying private, you got the jets, you got the yachts, you can do whatever you want at this point.
What I was saying was that it just makes sense to be able to partner up with Spotify, which will allow him to do whatever he wants to do and needs to do to make the money. But then they also help him promote his stuff, and it's not just him. Because Russ, in the Flagrant episode that he recently just did, he said something along the lines of, it's better to have a company that's able to do all these things for you instead of having you yourself having to learn every single aspect of the business.
Well, yeah, but he could have also just as easily gone to X, kind of what Tucker Carlson did.
So you bring up Russ in that podcast, and I watched maybe 5-10 minutes of it. Right, I was looking at it for a little bit when I got home from work, and in the beginning of the pod, they kind of give you a teaser about how people are paying for fake streams when it comes to music, right? Paying for streams.
They are.
A lot of these big artists,
Yeah, they
that
are.
you know, are paying for
It's
streams.
big on YouTube. YouTube is big, just like Instagram.
But here
Facebook,
I got a
and all that.
controversial one for you, which I think we probably will all agree on. So, he started talking about how Future, like he said, I like Future songs, right? Like the good music, but Future himself has admitted to talking about drugs and talking about doing drugs that he never does, right?
Yeah.
So, and then he also says that he knows the reason he wanted to try lean when he was 19 years old was because of Future and the culture around it and the influence, right? So then he started
Juice
saying,
WRLD-
here,
Juice
I have a
WRLD said
really
that he
good,
tried
really
because
good
of
reel,
Future.
specifically with this one. So let's not switch to another subject. I want to watch that reel and I want you to talk about it. But go ahead, continue.
so basically he's saying, now let's get down to the fact of like, you can basically the I don't know if it's simpleton, but like basically making it as simple as possible and kind of overbrushing the reality of the situation. Is like, oh well, it's just he's saying it. You don't have to necessarily listen to it and go by it. But then let's look at the reality of the situation. How people are actually, especially kids and teens, are legit influenced by what these people are saying.
Well, yeah, obviously.
So what's the good in it?
There's no good in it.
There's no good in it, right?
There's no good in it.
So why do it? Especially when you don't even do it yourself. And then he also
Because-
gave the example of like Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD talked about how he listened to those guys about talking about drugs. He was then an artist who did drugs himself, passed away.
What was the? What, you know, there's the part in that song. I don't know what the song is, and it goes. I think it's Will Ferrell's voice or someone's voice. Goes, it's provocative. It gets the people going. That's why.
Kanye West
That's
song.
literally why. That's literally why. And go ahead to that reel. It's that blonde chick interviewing a girl. No, not this.
I like those guys. I like that guy's
No,
those guys
it's-
watch videos.
It's the blonde
It's good-
girl.
good videos.
You know that blonde girl that blew up and she did an
Bobby
interview.
Bobby Atloff.
Yeah,
her
Bobby
husband,
Atloff.
right? You talking about her husband?
Yeah. No. It's she's interviewing this chick.
Oh, you know her husband's divorcing her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the post. Ready? You know it.
Yeah.
Irreconcilable differences.
Irreconcilable differences. Yeah. Because she started probably making money and started becoming who she is and kind of like forgot her family. So, I mean, that was bound to happen.
Wasn't it? Isn't it weird that she was very famous for having the uneven titties?
Do Bobby Outlaw, search Bobby Outlaw and magician interview.
A Bobby?
That right there, play it.
Oh, you're talking about the difference between musician and magician.
Yes, that, play it.
Oh shit! No way.
This
Play it.
tilted me. This.
Go to the clip. Don't play the whole episode. Just go.
Oh
to the
yeah,
clip
because this is
itself.
somebody reviewing the clip.
That's fine. We can review it. We won't. Yeah, do find just that.
Suki Hana, Bobby Althoff,
It was there.
real.
Yeah,
you go.
that,
There's
play.
there's reels right
Second
there.
one, first one. Doesn't matter.
No, play one of the. Go back. Play one of the reels. There you go. So we just have a quick. It's the wrong idea. Talk about Bobby Atloff. Magician.
Yeah, just play this.
But that's why I'm interviewing you today, so I can get to know you.
So I'm a musician. What I mean, make magic or something? What is musician?
I think you're confusing that.
Yeah, I'm not no musician.
I-
I make music.
Where does she go to school?
So and then she goes on, and say, "Well, I'm an actress. I do this, I do that." And then Bobby Outlaw goes, "Well, you also do music, right?" She's like, "Yeah, well, that's literally what that is. It's you're a musician." She's like, "No, I'm not a musician." He goes, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Yeah, no, I'm not a musician." So you got fucking idiots like this that go out there and say dumb shit, complete dumb shit, right?
I did the funny. I think it's kind of funny because she got like an attitude,
Yes.
right? And
Yeah.
clearly she's the wrong one.
Yeah,
right?
and then she's like, oh, "Is that like a magician?" Like, first of all, you're fucking illiterate.
I
So
will say,
if you being illiterate, what can you possibly teach the younger generation? And a lot of impressionable women gonna see her because she got the diamond chains, because she got the attention, because she got the status, and they're gonna go strive for it. And this is what you get. It's the same fucking situation with the 21 Savage or whoever the fuck you want to call.
I will say, I am very, very.
It's the same
very
situation.
Impressed when you have people that are so ignorant and just can just get away with shit just by being that confident. Because at the end of the day, we know that Bobby Althoff, she knew what she was talking about, but obviously she didn't know what she was talking about, and she still ran along with it like she was right.
How is she confident? She looks like a fucking idiot to the rest of the world right now. She
She
literally
does.
looks like a fucking
Yeah,
idiot.
she
But
does.
guess what? That right there put eyes on her. Now she's gonna, because of that stupid little clip, she's gonna blow up. That's what I don't get. Like, just like that kid that you showed me with that went on online with that porn star and he was doing this fucking shit.
Jinxie. That shit was
Yeah,
funny.
so shit like that irks me, is because we value dumb shit like that versus valuing something that's like actually important. Because this is considered entertainment now.
I'm gonna give you a little. Can't say nothing.
Huh? It's nice. I like it. I wouldn't buy it, but I like it.
Well, not for me, bro.
Oh.
Come on.
Okay.
What do you,
Okay, yeah, it's nice.
what do you think? I'm gonna wear that? Come on, bro.
It's nice.
Yeah, I already got it.
Oh, nice. Okay. How big? Smaller? A little bit bigger?
She doesn't
Okay.
know.
Okay.
She doesn't
Okay,
know.
okay,
She doesn't
okay.
even know what it is.
Okay.
I just wanted to show you, give you a little.
So you guys want to talk a little bit
sneak
about
peek.
the Mia Khalifa situation?
Yeah, let's do a Mia Khalifa. That's
So-
another fucking
So
idiot.
what did she say?
Go ahead, Jay. You can
So
tell it.
Mia
What's your
Khalifa
reel?
is having an interview with someone, and she said that being an OnlyFans model is better than being an army, because if you're in army, you're giving your body away to the government.
Okay.
And I was like, huh? Like, to me, I don't know how does that even compute in your brain.
No. Ready? There's a window there in the sense of what aspect are you talking about here? In the sense where, yeah, I guess when you're talking about OnlyFans, you're doing this willingly, and at any point willingly you can stop. I guess
You
right?
go to the army willingly. There's no
you
draft.
go to the part willingly, but not at any point willingly are you just gonna stop.
Yes, you are. You can literally get out of the
You
army at any time you want.
willingly get out, but it's not going to be an
You're going to be
honorable discharge.
dishonorably discharged. You can get out at any fucking time.
Okay, then proving me wrong.
It fucking sucks, though, because that shit goes in your record.
Yeah.
Dishonorably discharged from
Yeah.
the military.
So
That's a big, whoa, what happened here a lot of the time.
to me, this is a fucking cope of Mia Khalifa, because she's 30 plus years old now. She makes money. She cannot find dudes anymore because of her past tarnished history. You know what I mean?
Tarnished.
Well, it is tarnished.
I
I'm
will
sorry.
say, she was a childhood
Elden
hero.
Ring.
Huh?
I will say she was a childhood
Yeah,
hero.
she's a childhood hero, but there's not a lot of guys lining up to marry her. There's a bunch of guys lining up to fuck her. There's a big difference. You know, but there's not a lot of guys lining up to marry her.
You're right.
She's tarnished. She's been trying to cope with this for the past year or two, trying to bring limelight to this and trying to normalize this shit, which is completely fucking wrong. That's another idiot on the other spectrum that teaching younger people what they should do. To me, that's all fucking stupid. Why don't you teach people how to be people? Not be a fucking OnlyFans model, not think musician and magician is the same thing, or not talk about taking drugs and doing this shit because it's cool. You know, it's like I don't fucking understand it. You know, that's why I don't agree with a lot of this shit.
Isn't it kind of cool how we have niche industries that come over time? Like,
That's actually a good reel right there. You have it up, but keep talking. What you were gonna say?
for example, like back then you had people who used to work in the railroads when the trains came around. And then you had the line workers when electricity started coming around, and blue collar jobs when, you know, construction and stuff.
Nurses.
Yeah. I mean, they've always been around.
They've always been around, but then I think 50 years ago or something like, or in the 50 or United States pushed for having more nurses, so they start creating programs and paying them better to get more nurses because we didn't have enough nurses.
And
So
now we have the fucking digital age where entertainment is king, and now everybody's trying to do creation. And
so it's not that. I think everyone is trying to build a personal brand. That's what it's about. It's building that personal brand, which Ty Lopez has been doing it for years. Dan Bilzerian has been doing it for years, and they're the successful names, right? And that's about the personal brand, because back in the day,
I mean, in a sense, that's what we're trying to do with the pod too.
bit all personal brand. I think the pod was created more going out there and then talking our opinions and just like putting
Yeah,
this
but
out there. If it's gonna do it, it's
There's
just,
that, right?
but the whole idea here is for us to get bigger, we need to build that personal brand.
Exactly.
But we're not doing it because of the personal brand building or getting the fame or this and that. It's because
Yeah, right.
I think I think society is going one way, and we kind of want to say, hey, like mid America is not that. Like we're not fully like alt right and we're not alt left. We're all in a fucking middle. You know what I mean? Like stop normalizing horseshit. You know, I think to me that's what this pod is about. I don't care about creating a personal brand. I don't care till my last day nobody knows my name and things like that. I could give two shits about this. You know, the point is that if we can help one person today with our conversation, I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? So, but today's everything is about building a personal brand, because they see idiots like this that don't know the difference between magician and musician get money, get the fame, and that becomes an outlet. So no one wants to be an engineer anymore. No one wants to be a doctor anymore. Nobody wants to be an astronaut or a banker like back in the day, firefighter, policeman. They all want to be a YouTube personality.
yeah, because why would they want to fucking put all 8-12 years into a career when they can do something like OnlyFans, which doesn't require anything at all?
Well, yeah, and the issue with that is an average OnlyFans pays only $1,000 a month. Like, you don't see the bad side of the things. That you all see the limelight of these popular people, which that's what society is. You have the poor, you have the rich, and you have the middle. You're gonna have the same thing with every career that you take up on.
We're gonna move from this subject. But
Anyway,
I will
so talking about niche, play this video. This is that niche, and I want your opinion on this.
Savage clothing store in the world. They purposefully make their entrances extremely small so that bigger people won't want to shop there, as they can't even fit through the door. Not to mention, all of their clothing sizes are one size fits all and are made for extremely small sized women, as they are very public about not wanting fat people to wear their clothes. Even though it would bring in much more revenue if they widen their audience, the company simply does not care. Not to mention, you will never see them do a commercial or a brand deal with an influencer, because Brandy Melville already knows that they are famous and are in very high demand. Even on major holidays like Christmas or Black Friday, they will never offer sales or discounts because they know that they don't need to. The store is strictly against free shipping, so no matter how much product you order, they will always make you pay because they know that you're desperate to shop there. And because they've made their brand so exclusive with their ID gaff attitude, it makes girls want to shop there even more. Brandy Melville is the most savage clothing store in the
What do you think about this?
I never heard about
that
this.
is pretty savage. I've never heard of the brand itself.
Yeah.
Do I care that they limit their customer base? No, that's on them. That's
I
kind
was
of
about to say, I think that
So
nowhere does it
let's-
say
let's
that
start with this.
as a business
that's
owner,
almost
do I
part
have
of their
to
brand.
Well, let
everybody.
me start with this. The way this video is point, it's almost like throwing shade at this company for not doing these things. Number one, and number two, what do you think? So
I
them
know, I think
throwing
it was
shade,
like a-
and then what do you think about the company? So I want to get both opinions on both sides.
So I don't think that the video was throwing shade. I think that the video was just making it fit to the theme of the store. In the sense, I think he was just kind of making a cool, like, not information filled, but
It
like
was almost like
But
a
he
prom-
didn't-
It was almost like a promotion to the brand. Like, this brand only really like.
Yeah, but then he also, for fat people, they don't want you to shop there. Doesn't matter if it's gonna bring money. Not even getting discounts. Not even paying free shipping.
Kind of
Yeah, I
brings
don't- I
up
still
the
don't think it was
rebellious
throwing shade.
attitude of I'm still gonna shop there
yeah.
because I fit in.
But then
And-
again, it's like
I fit
because they're
into that.
popular, you're gonna want it. You know, to me, in my opinion, they were throwing shade by
Okay.
saying that this is a bad thing, right? Because I've literally never heard of the store, blah blah blah. You cannot be offended
their
about this
places.
because this creates conversation, right? This is why this video was done for, right? Now, on his side, whether it's criticizing or not criticizing, let's say it's criticizing. Do you think it's called for? In my opinion, it's not.
Called for?
Yes.
If it is criticizing,
Yeah.
no, because I don't think that this
Because
should
it's
be.
not, number one, it's not your brand, it's not your business. You want something inclusive, go create your own brand. Number one. Number two, what do you think about the company saying, well, we don't want fat people there?
I mean, just like you're saying, I don't want fat people there. I could go and make a clothing brand and then say, I'm not going to make a single white shirt.
Yeah.
Well, you should make white shirts. Everyone likes white shirts. Most people wear white. I don't want to wear white shirts.
You know what? I have $1 million brand.
I don't want to have a big door to my store. I don't want to make big sizes.
I have $1
That's on me.
million clothing brand idea, guys.
So,
How about we make clothing for the amputees?
But no, it's not a
You don't
$1
have
million
enough
idea. There's not
amputees
enough
for that.
amputees.
yeah, you don't have enough of them.
Why did I say
And a lot of
amputees
times,
with
a lot of
country
times
accent?
People obviously are running with a very low population, like a very low pool.
There's more
not.
skinny people
Yeah,
than
it's only
amputees.
they're
skinny.
not.
Mickey.
I think they're attracting the teens.
But that's
that
what
have
it's all
money.
about, man. We have to become the best
But
brand.
see this comment right there. Sorry, but a door open to the public has to be 3 feet wide and always what? Always what?
That's a valid point.
Always what? Allowing for handicap, blah blah blah. He's coming out there like,
Well, no. It's a valid point. I'll tell you why it's a valid point. Keep reading. Fire department will not give you a business license. A fat fireman needs to fit through the door. It's a valid reason.
I understand that. I get it. But this motherfucker is coming out here with his little technicality. I'm a nerd and I can go out there and read this.
All
Like,
right,
we got it, dog.
now you're roasting the guy for bringing technicalities out when you love
Yeah.
bringing technicalities, Jay. Come
Yeah,
on.
when technicalities matter. This is not the
They do
question.
kinda matter right
Question here is that the store doesn't want fat people in there. Now, we're not talking about the doors. We're not talking about the firemen fitting in there. The point here is that they don't make clothes for fat people. That's the whole premise of this. Not because the doors are small and
Yeah.
why doors shouldn't be small. Like he's moving the goalposts on this one. That's my point.
See, but you start saying like this brand doesn't make people like clothes for fat people. So does most brands don't either.
Correct.
What's the big thing on that? The whole big thing was one size fits all, right?
No
And
shipping,
the
no
door,
discounts.
The door.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the biggest things.
The door was to point out that they went even to this heights to make the door smaller.
Right.
So, but I bet you
That's not the real door.
To this guy thing, obviously, fire department would not approve it. So they probably have a normal door that gets to be open at any time in case something like that happens. It's never locked, but because it's closed and they only open the skinny door at all times, completely open, so people walking through that door.
Right.
Because the other stores, you gotta go and open a fucking door to go inside. This door is probably just like that, unlocked.
I would like to see an interview with Brandy Melville, the person who started this.
Yeah.
I would like to see an interview with that person.
What they say. It's
I'd like to interview him damn self.
It looks like it's a, see the flag, American, Swiss brand.
Yeah.
So Europeans are known for being skinny, right? So they're known for being skinny, skinnier than United States because we're the most obese country in the world. You know what I mean? So, I mean, this girl is skinny. She just looks like she could be like a 15-year-old, the way she's shaped. But then if you do go to Europe, most women look like this.
Yeah, but then they're small. They're small, like skinny.
I'm telling you, most women in Europe look like this.
Yeah.
That's literally what they look like. No one is big.
No, I mean, I think that as a company, independent company, you'd be able to do whatever the fuck you want.
Exactly.
Sell whatever you want, market it.
And if
way
someone
you want.
doesn't like it, they should go create their own company. And I don't understand this whole throwing shade, love your curves.
Like I said, I don't think that the video specifically that reel was throwing shade. I found it more as like one of those random reels you come upon that's just like giving you a random fact that might be cool. That's
obviously you can tell by looking at the models, they're pretty young, so they're trying to target specifically that demographic of like 13 to 16-year-olds, right? That's the demographic they're targeting. However, a lot of European women look like their 13, 16-year-old self, even when they're older, right? In their 20s and 30s.
Now, some of this clothing or accessories even aren't really that expensive. I thought they were going to be a lot more expensive.
Yeah. So it is a cheaper brand for skinny people. Big whoop-de fucking do. I mean, you don't see anybody protesting the stores that are only designed for XXL. You know what I mean?
True.
Like you don't.
That's what the guy said in the comments was, no one can be offended by this. They make stores that are just for plus size. So
yeah. All right. Anyway, so we're good on this, I think. No.
Want to put that watch one? I like this.
Yeah,
guy's
put
videos.
the watch
He does
on.
Good stuff.
These are collab, which I thought is kind of interesting because, a lot of times, I think is wrong. A lot of times people will compare.
Tag Heuer and Porsche have a partnership which resulted in quite a few collaborations, which is fitting considering they both have models named the Carrera. One of their most recent collaborations is the Carrera Chrono Sprint chronographs, which come in either steel or 18-karat gold cases.
I like that one.
IWC and Mercedes-AMG collaborated on a couple of IWC Ingenuer models like this black ceramic watch, which featured black ceramic.
They IWC actually makes some of the clocks that they put in the Mercedes too.
And Breitling made clocks for Bentley.
And Cartier made clocks for, I think it's like a Lincoln?
Something like that.
There's a Cartier made clocks for another company too. You go ahead, keep going.
Which is inspired by AMG's ceramic brake discs. Okay. Breitling and Bentley had a partnership that lasted 19 years, including a variety of different watches, styles, and designs. Bremont and Jaguar collaborated on quite a few 60s-inspired watches based on the Jaguar E-Type, including the Mark I and III, which feature a red marking on the inner track of the dial.
Nice.
Zenith and Land Rover collaborated on quite a few different models, including an El Primero chronograph based on the Land Rover Defender. It's meant to be just as utilitarian and have just as much presence on the wrist as the Land Rover does on the road. 5 collaborations between watch...
I've been really liking Zenith. The Zenith Defy, that one that you said is like just a knockoff of the AP. I really like that watch because the bezel is very nice.
It is a knockoff of the AP.
Any integrated bracelet is going to be a knockoff of AP. Then.
But the point is this. I like that he's talking about collabs, but a lot of times what people will do when they ask about watches is like, well, what do you think about this watch? Okay, we'll put it in terms of like as far as cars go. Can you like say, okay, well, this is a Honda, this is a BMW, this is a Toyota, this is a Mercedes, which I don't think you can really do that with watches.
It's too opinionated in the sense where like, You might think one thing, and I'm gonna think another, just because of the way we look at the brand,
Yeah.
right? And just all that, because everyone doesn't like. If I go and I make, for example, I tell you, okay, make the 20 watch brand hierarchy, right? Boom, and I do it. It's gonna be a little bit different.
So
And
for
the
example,
same thing with cars. Right?
yeah, I know what you're saying. So for example, let's say if I said, well, Toyotas are cars, like Seikos are like the Toyota cars.
I agree.
And then you have Citizens that are like Honda.
Yeah, or even a Honda or Nissan.
Yeah. So, but then you have Orients. You know, you have the Japanese brands on the Japanese side.
I would say Nissan. Nissan is like Citizen, but Orient is like Honda.
You think so?
Because I would say Orient is more reliable, in the sense of like the automatics and stuff like that,
Now,
than Citizen.
Citizens nowadays are making really, really
Yeah.
good one. Yeah, I say Orient is because Orient is a cheaper brand. So I
Right,
would go
it is
with
a cheaper brand,
price
even than
point
Seiko,
depending.
yeah.
I'd go with a cheaper Japanese brand.
Which is going to be
put
the
that-
cheapest.
Or
is
even
gonna
I
be
would say
Honda or
Orient
Toyota.
would be a Hyundai.
No,
Because
I
it's
don't
the
think so.
cheaper side of the cars. They make really nice watches that are on the cheaper side, kind of like what Hyundai does,
Yeah.
and they're on the cheaper side. And they're packed with
Ready?
features.
Seiko, because ready, this is perfect too. This is a perfect analogy in the sense where, because who owns Orient?
Seiko.
Seiko does. Ready? Seiko is Acura and Orient is Honda.
If you go that route, or you can say Seiko is Lexus and Orient is Toyota.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so
same
that's what I'm
thing.
saying. But
you
see-
can put it a million ways.
Yeah, you can put it a million ways. That's why I don't think comparing is not good. But then talking about the collabs, I think it's a good idea. I don't like the Zenith put their name with Land Rover, because Land Rover is notoriously known. It's got the popularity, but it's shit product. Where
luxury, yeah,
Zenith
but
is
it's-
not a shit product.
It's not.
And then IWC going and making a watch that looks like ceramic brakes on a Mercedes makes no fucking sense to me.
Yeah, I do
You know
see
what I
not
mean?
a sporty
Like that. Now
watch.
Vermont making a watch with Jack. I think that was very.
And that was a nice
fitting.
watch.
Yeah.
It was a nice watch. It fit to the hand well for
Yeah.
the guy I was wearing. It looked nice.
And Breitling with Bentley, I kind of see that, that Carrera, the Porsche Carrera and Tag Heuer. I don't know, but I think Omega could have done a better job with it, because I think
Really?
Omega Sporty. Well,
For Porsche?
no, yeah,
No, I don't think so.
but Porsche, because Tag Heuer is not in an echelon of watches, is nowhere near being a Porsche in an
No.
echelon of cars.
No, it's not.
So, but they decided that's a good. I don't know if that was
So
necessarily.
who would you match Tag with?
Who would I match Tag with?
That's hard.
It's
that's a
hard
hard-
because there's not a lot of racing cars there out there that are
At that
left
you would
anymore.
put at that
you
level
know what I mean?
either, right? That's not high
I would
level
match a
like Porsche.
Tag maybe with an Audi.
That's not a bad option, actually.
With like a S, Audi S, not an
That's
RS,
not a bad
like an
option.
S.
That's
I would
not,
match it with an Audi or
That's not a bad option. Look up the, you mind looking it up for me, Honda Cub Sport Seiko. I think we looked at these already before, but I stumbled across these. These are nice watches this is another car collaboration that
Yeah.
Seiko did. They did a few of them. So there's this one, a black one.
just hit the images.
Yeah.
Should be all right.
There you go. Even green, I think green too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I thought that's gonna be an interesting one to talk about as far as watches. We get our watches and cars out the way with one shot, two birds, one shot.
Right.
But yeah.
And
I
when,
don't-
it's funny, when I found these watches, I was like, I didn't know like Honda made a watch with Seiko. I never saw this, right? And I
you know
keep
what,
looking,
Miggy?
and it was a collaboration with what they call their Cub Sport division, which is their scooters. So that's why I never saw it. It never came across my shit.
So Miggy, go to Chrono 24. Open the Chrono 24 website, and what I want you to do, I want you to go ahead, do buy a watch right on
On the
top.
top.
Buy a watch, and then is there a way to just like get everything all at once?
Display
go
all on
to-
the bottom left.
Yeah, display all.
No, not that category. Is the click again by watch. There.
Yeah, perfect. Go down. This is just brands.
Oh yeah, this
shit.
is just telling you all.
Go
the
go
brands.
back into the search field and just hit search without typing anything in there. Just hit search. Okay. So okay, fine.
No, they want you to give you.
No,
they want
that's
some
fine.
kind of-
We're gonna do that. This is exactly what I was going. Do automatic, manual wound. Okay. Then do case material. It's the second field down on the right. Do gold. No, not gold steel, just gold.
Yellow gold, bottom, all the way at the bottom.
And then do location, United States. And then do gender. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Do bracelet material. Do gold again, yellow gold. And hit search. So now, what we're gonna do? Go ahead on the top, and we're gonna go by on the top where the filters are. No, go back up. Right there where the filters are. We're gonna look for the condition.
Oh, that was new unworn.
New unworn.
Second thing on the
or
top.
you can hit filters. Hit filters.
There you go.
Hit. Go.
There you go. That's gonna be new unworn. He already
Yeah,
added
yeah.
it.
No. I know. Go back. Yeah. Go back up. Remove that new unworn part. Like just click an X next to new unworn. More. This says more. Yeah. Yeah. New unworn. Remove that. Do filters. And then here you want to go down to condition and delivery on the left hand side. Yep. And then you're gonna select. Go down. You're gonna select new condition. No, below that.
I got you, Miggy. I got you.
Unworn. Very good, and good. And then hit apply. All right. So now you're gonna go and you're gonna do sort by cheapest first. All right. So this is what I wanted to talk about. Keep going down a little bit more. Keep going down. Keep going down. Slower. Keep going down a little bit more.
You looking for that Omega?
No. So keep going down a little bit more. Okay. Right there. Click that Rolex. You see that kind of like a... No, next one.
To the right?
Yeah, that one. Would you rock this?
Well, that's a lady's watch, so that's 15 millimeters, so no.
Go back.
It's too small.
Good. Go back. Keep going down. Actually, go back up. Go back up, hit filters. Well, no, because then you're gonna miss a bunch of them. No, we still gotta.
Why? What are you trying to do?
Because I wanna go to these specific Vacherons and Piagets that are gonna come up, right? So
why don't you filter out by the brand?
Hit that X. No. Hit that X because I want you to see all of them, and I want to get your opinion on it. Keep going down. Keep going down.
Okay.
Keep going down. There's squarish, so yeah, going over. Hold on.
That's a nice Cellini.
Yeah, so click on that Cellini.
Oh, it's 26 millimeter, but yeah, it's nice. It's very small.
So it's a 26 millimeter Cellini. Would you rock this? It's full gold.
Yeah, why not?
I don't like it.
I would. That gives me my fucking Godfather vibes, bro.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It just would look so small on a hand.
I mean, yeah, 28 millimeter is maybe a little too small. Yeah.
Exit out. Actually, exit out. Close. Yeah, go back up to the filters, and then go case diameter, where it says case. Yeah, case size. Select 33, 35, 34, 35, 36, all the way to 39. Hit apply. There you go. I think this is a better way of looking at it.
I want one of those.
Keep going down.
Those Omega pie pants.
Yeah, but at 33 millimeters, or like that one. Click on that Vacheron right there.
On the left?
On the left. That right there. That's a 33 millimeter Vacheron Constantine. Would you rock this?
33 millimeter? Yeah, I would.
I wouldn't. Too small.
No.
Too small.
Not for that kind of watch.
I'm just
too
not
small.
a big fan of the bands on these watches.
I like the band.
I like the band. I'm not gonna lie. I really like the band. That's the one of the reasons why I selected this one, because I like the band.
Yeah, I would wear this shit. Another thing, like I'm telling you, man, on my fucking mob vibes. That shit looks nice. Especially
Fuck the mob
Vacheron.
vibes. You're in 2024, bro. What mob vibes? Keep
Fuck
going
it.
down. Keep going down. Keep going down a little bit more. A little bit more.
Man, I'm wearing a watch from like the 80s right now, and you're wearing a watch that was designed in who knows when.
Keep going down.
So, what
Yeah,
do
but
you
it's
mean?
not a 33 millimeter watch. Whoa.
Mine is.
Keep going down a little bit. Well, that right there. Keep going up. Just a little bit. Yeah, click on that.
The
Patek
Calatrava?
Philippe next door. Yeah.
How big is this?
It's also probably 33.
Scroll down a little bit, Mickey. See if we can. Yeah.
So that's 33.
33,
Right there. You
yep.
mentioned 33. Go back up. would you rock this?
Yes, I would.
I don't know if I could do it. Now, what do you think is the cheapest?
I will say this, Jay. You're like
Go-
a little stockier than me, and so I think that a watch like that wouldn't look that good on you either.
No. So because why? Because when I first got into watches, the very first watch that I bought and I returned, I paid $50 for a Seiko 5 that came in the mail. I put that shit on my wrist, and it was a 37 or 38 millimeter watch. I looked like a child. Literally, I looked like a child. And when my family saw that,
37, 38. Come
yeah,
on.
it was a tiny little, looked like
No,
a
that's
field
not
watch.
tiny.
Bro, my mother saw the watch. They're like, "You're gonna keep that?" And I was like, "I don't think I'm gonna keep that because it looked small on my
You
wrist."
sure it's 37?
Yeah, it was
Probably
37.
smaller than that then.
No, it was 37, 38. So go back up. What do you think is the price of a full golden watch that is between 38 and 40, let's say? So go back up to filters.
You're looking at 15,000.
Remove all of those. Keep on a case size. Yep. Remove the 33, 34, 36. Keep the 37, 38, and 39. Or actually, yeah, remove 37 as well. What do you think is the cheapest price you're looking at?
I don't know. Like I told you, I said 15
20
grand, man.
Yeah. But something that I would wear would be probably 20 grand. Something that I like, the way that appeals to me. Like that briquet. That looks cool.
No.
That looks cool, bro.
The world
That's a
time?
world
No.
timer. That looks cool. But I'm impartial to world timers, right? So go back. Go down. The Cartiers look really nice. Like that briquet, again, it's a briquet. But then you go to Pateks, yeah. But I kind of want that other bracelet, that Milanese looking bracelet. I really like that Milanese
But the
looking
Milanese
bracelet.
bracelets always come on the small watches.
They do, and I agree with you because they're harder to make. It's easier to make the links. You know what I mean? Go
No,
down a
I
little
think
bit more.
because I think
Like those
I think
APs,
it's because
those APs, I would rock them.
well, yeah, it's a fucking royal
That's
look,
a
bro.
Patek Philippe. I would rock that. Like that, I understand, right? Because that has a meaning. That even but like those older Pateks,
I like them. I would definitely wear them.
Anyway,
You would definitely catch me wearing those.
so that's the watch thing we had.
As long as it's over 33 and up, especially those watches, man, they're supposed to be small and kind of petite, So
Go down. Right there. Go back up. Play that video. I want your opinion about this. Now, before we go into more details about this, right? So pause it. So this was the lady that won the case against Donald Trump for $86 million. This interview took place many years ago,
okay.
and after that, she wrote a book and went on a book tour. So play this video now.
Which the word rape carries so many sexual connotations. This was not sexual. It hurt.
Well, I think most people think of rape as it is a violent assault. It is not.
I think most people think of rape as being sexy.
What?
Let's take a short break.
Think of the fantasies.
We're going to take a quick break. If you can stick around, we'll talk more on the other side.
Pause it.
You're fascinating to talk to.
So this lady
I think
basically
he's trying to save you, bitch.
Yeah, this lady came out and said that grape is not violent. It's more of if I mentally feel I'm being raped, that means it's a grape. That's what she said.
When she said that just now, I didn't hear that.
Well, that's what she said.
Just now.
Well, yes. Go
I
to the
didn't hear
beginning.
that. Where the fuck did you hear that, Jay?
Go to the beginning. Play it again.
Ravished. Which the word rape carries so many sexual connotations. This was not
Look what he
sexual.
says.
This
was
hurt.
not sexual. It hurt.
Well, I think most people think of rape as it is a violent
Doesn't mean that just
assault.
because
It is
she
not.
I think most people think
Pause
of
it.
rape as being sexy.
She's saying that it hurt.
Most people think of rape as being sexy and think of all the fantasies. She literally is.
Jay, you're pulling shit out
Bro,
of
this is literally what this lady is saying.
woodworks, bro. You're
This is
pulling
what
shit
literally
out
this
of the
lady-
woodworks. Where in the hell did you get that?
So-
that because she said this, she's saying that.
Well, you have to watch the.
She just has some kind of what? I don't even get it.
So you
Jay.
have to watch this whole interview, right, for you to get
Okay,
it.
maybe I do because
But
right now
this
that's
is
not
why
what she said.
this is why he's coming out.
Yeah, did we watch the same clip? I agree.
Why do you think he's saying it's a violent thing?
Well, because rape is a violent thing. I don't understand what you mean. Because she's trying to say it's sexy.
Yeah, like violent act, right? He literally emphasized the part that it's a violent act. Why would he say violent act?
He didn't say act. He just said violent.
I think he just didn't really understand her because she's saying that
this lady
rape can be anything that is just not your intention of a good time, I guess you could say.
That's it.
And then he's saying
intention of a good time. Correct.
No, but sexual rape is not good. It's aggressive.
No, yeah.
So anyway,
I didn't know. Can I just give? Wait. Let me put out there real quick. Let me put this out there real quick. What I got from that video was that this woman said that she thinks society views rape as sexy, and he said society views rape as violent. That's all I fucking heard here. And her, when she was saying she got raped, it hurt. It was painful.
Mentally hurt.
She never said mentally.
Bro, play it again.
That's what she's implying, though.
You think so?
Yeah.
Play it again.
Assault. It is not.
It hurt. This was not sexual.
Stop. This was not sexual. This literally says it. This was not sexual. So literally eliminating the actual physical act of it.
No. I don't think that's what she means.
Bro, literally,
No.
This is not sexual. This was more of a mental thing, is what she's trying to say, right?
Yes.
That's not what I'm understanding, but okay.
It was more of like a mental rape.
It hurt.
Bro,
she's mentally distraught because of what he did to her.
Yes, because of what intentions he had with her.
After this interview, think of rape as it is a violent assault. It is not.
I think most people
violent assault. Why would he say most people think of it as violent assault? Why would he specifically say violent in the word assault?
Because she just called it sexy.
No, she called it sexy afterwards.
Play it again.
This was not sexual. It hurt.
Well, I think most people think of rape as it is a violent assault. It is not.
I think most people think of rape as being sexy.
Okay. Pause it.
Let's take a short break.
So do you see what I'm saying? So the point here is that she went on a book tour afterwards, and the book picked up, and then years later, because she already had the eyes on her, they ended up suing Trump. Now, when the case has happened, so the case happened in a store that is a very high-end store, and when she says that happened in a changing room in that store, but that store most of the time is very empty. There's usually nobody there because it's such an expensive store. And when you do go into the fitting room, these ladies that work there, they're literally there on top of you every 15 seconds. Hey, did it fit? Do you want this other size, the third size, the fourth size? So the question here that I have, so if this is the case, because I've never been to the store, right? Like my understanding is that's how the store is. The thing, if that happened, and in reality, if she was violated in that way, whether it was hurting or not, nobody heard her. Nobody paid attention.
That's not the questions I'm asking. That's beyond the point.
Well, that's me telling the further story, right? Like, but the whole thing of that, this is the lady that accused them of it, and this was the accusation that this happened in a changing room of this store. So I don't know, and the whole case was in a civil court, which means as long as she has 51%. It's not in a criminal court. It was in a civil court. If it's a 51%, she wins the case. So they were pretty strategic with this case, right?
Okay.
So
like anybody would be.
So I still have questions. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm not saying it happened, but I still have a lot of questions.
A court found that Trump raped her. Yeah, I mean,
not the court. Civil court did. Civil court, not criminal court. There's a big difference between a civil court and criminal court.
They didn't say criminal. They said a court.
Yeah, a court fined her. That doesn't mean shit if a court fined her, because that right there is misinformation. Yes, it's a civil court, and
How
a
is
lot
that
of people
misinformation?
because a lot of people don't understand how civil versus criminal court works.
But
There's
you
a
didn't
reason.
specify.
There's a reason why ADAs did not pick this up. Because this would have gone criminal. There's a reason why ADA didn't pick it up and went criminal. This is the reason why there are two lawyers fighting each other, not a district attorney fighting a lawyer. Right? So I have questions. I'm not saying this happened, and I'm not saying that this didn't happen. All I'm saying is that I have more questions. Why was this case done so quickly?
I'm baffled. I really am. I don't understand the attention to be drawn on this.
Correct. That's the whole point. But because of the whole situation, I just don't agree with the fucked up court system like that.
So, well, have you really done the research into the case and checked every single little thing for you to say fucked up court system like that? Come on, bro.
Well, but I have questions. Understanding
You have
the
questions,
story,
but like I'm saying, you can't
but
say
this
fucked up
whole
court
thing-
system if you haven't done
but
that
this whole
legit
thing
research
relies
into
on
every word of this fucking
But this
case.
whole thing relies on her saying this is what happened.
Yeah.
So why do they believe her versus believing the other side?
Well,
That's the whole thing of breaking down the case, bro.
I don't know.
I don't
man.
know it. You don't know it. If you're so curious,
I just
check
think
it out.
from what information
But
I have is not.
I find it crazy. Like I said, I'm still dumbfounded in the sense where what I got from that video is Trump touched this girl, right? Now she's going on here and saying it wasn't sexual. I don't think that meant that he didn't touch her in a sexual way.
This is an
I
awesome
think that's
comment.
her.
Go back.
I think that's her
go
trying
back
to
the
fucking
comment.
block that shit.
This is actually great comment that Alex just put in there. Go back to that comment. What did he say? Is the same as Jay. Just he has to pay the instead of going to jail. And I agree with you. This is the reason why they went to civil court, because they wanted to get paid for it, not to get him in trouble in any way, way
but then
or
in that
another way,
sense, you just.
but to get paid.
So then this is then by that sense you just got rid of what you just said. It's the same. You're saying it's the same thing as going to criminal or civil.
No, it's not, because it went to criminal. He would have been in jail for that, correct?
Right.
But no ADA probably took this case because they said we don't have enough evidence to prosecute this. That's why they had to go to civil court, and it was easier for them to go to civil court because it was more of a money grab.
Okay, that's one assumption I guess you could have on it.
That's the only thing. Like so far, this is what I'm seeing.
Okay.
Okay.
Today there was a thing that came out about Mr. Biden.
Yeah?
So
What did come up?
apparently he willfully took some classified documents, but the DOJ came out and said that he's not going to be charged. Also in those statements was because of his degrading memory, he's not being charged.
That's like official? They said that?
What?
Special counsel, no charges for Biden classified document probe. Let me see if I can open the Bloomberg. I can't open up the Bloomberg trial. But yeah, the DOJ actually released a statement that actually damaged Mr. Biden's reputation.
See?
So wait a minute. Fuck the documents. Fuck him taking the documents. Does this mean this is the beginning of them saying that he has dementia and they're going to slowly remove him from the candidacy and bring in somebody else?
I don't know.
Yeah, this just came out, so I don't really have too much info on it, but it's kind of crazy if they can't charge somebody because
he doesn't remember taking
he
it?
doesn't remember taking them, but
Or taking it by accident without understanding what he did?
Just because he's the president.
Or that president of the United States, current serving president of the United States, doesn't know what he's doing?
Taking a little bit extra vacation. Well, the world is
Bro,
on
this
fire. Eating some ice cream.
This is big, man. I don't care that he took documents. They all do. Every single one of them does. What I do care about is, damn, like this is becoming interesting. Like this is becoming like the Housewives or whatever, LA or some shit. Like it's becoming a reality show at this point. Biden turns confrontational over alleged memory loss in DOJ report. How in the hell dare he?
President Joe Biden pushed back angrily Thursday at a special counsel report that portrayed him as an elderly man with diminished capacities, including memory loss, saying he has no place in this report. My memory's fine, Biden said in a primetime address to the nation.
So then he knowingly took these documents?
Take a look at what I've done since I've become president.
Well, wait a minute. So he knowingly took these documents then?
Yes. He knowingly
But they're going to let it slide?
Yes. Because of memory loss.
So they're saying he's got memory loss. So they're giving him out. And he's saying, no, I knew exactly what I was doing. And they gave him out. Huh. Interesting.
But okay, no, I ain't gonna ask.
Well, ask.
Biden also rejected Hearst's conclusion that Biden willfully retained the classified materials, but only spared him of charges because jurors would likely find reasonable doubt. I've seen the headlines since the report was released about my willful retention of documents. These assertions are not only misleading; they're just plain wrong. Biden said.
So this is what I want to say. Like, this right there shows the fucking two sides. Two sides, how fucking crazy it is on both fucking sides. That right there, bro. It's a shit show. It's a clown show, bro. It's a straight up clown show. Anyway, play one of the other ones. And out of Twitter. Or that. You play that one. Actually, play the other one. The other one over. The other one over. One more. The very first one. The lady with the burqa. That.
I just gotta ask, who's cosplaying? See, cosplaying is when you dress up as something that you aren't or someone you aren't. I am a Muslim woman. I wear what a Muslim woman wears. I dress like that.
I will pay for your ticket. For your plane ticket. Any Muslim country of your choice. All right? Just a one-way ticket, though. You're not going to need the round-trip ticket on the way back.
Yeah, that commentary was a little too extra, you know? But what do you guys think about this?
It's real. It's real.
I think, yeah, it's real in the sense, like, it reminds me of the... where we talked about the people that are part of the LGBTQ community.
I need this today. We had...
use that glass. No, fuck it, no.
What?
I'm not. I was going to join you on a shot of rum after you use the glass. The people we saw, LGBT community supporting Hamas and shit. It reminds me of that. Yeah. That level of stupidity.
This is... The more I hear things like this, the more I start to think that... Again, this is just my opinion. I'm probably 100% wrong about this, but... you have these issues in other countries. They're just not as pronounced. And I think the reason it's like that is because in the United States, which I'm grateful for, is extremely safe country. And in this country, we live on kind of an island, right? We don't have to fucking worry about the neighbors because we have Canadians up there, Mexicans down there.
Well, right now, I guess we're worried about the Mexicans.
Yeah, we're kind of like, the Canadians are nice, the Mexicans,
Listen. See, anyone that comes in and says Mexicans, is a fucking idiot because...
No, he's saying the situation, not the people.
Yeah,
it's just the current situation.
Yeah. So, I think a lot of people are talking
I
about
love my bro. This is the shit. Every time I go to gas stations and like, yeah, your product sells good because you know the bimbo shit is Mexican. He goes, all my amigo friends come in and they love it.
So, I think if the South American peoples was not here, half our shit would not get done. Those guys literally work crazy hours, do a good job, work really fucking hard, and
they get the job done quick.
You know what I mean? Like, United States would be it would be disadvantaged if we didn't have the diverse community that we have. Now, with that being said, we're on... United States is its own little fucking bubble. Because it's like that, safe and things like that, we don't need to go into history. We don't need to go really understand what's going on around the world. We're kind of like on our own, in our own little island, and we don't give a shit about anything else, right?
Yeah,
and I think
never really affects us, so we don't care to
due
look
to
into
that,
it.
it's not that the education is not there. Education is there. We just don't pay enough attention because we understand people are not going to give a fuck about any of it, right? So, and what it says, and crazy ass Christians would do the same unaliving of the person. Now, I don't know if they would do. Laws are in this country where you can't do that, where I think what she's talking about, laws in the other countries are a little bit different. But that's not the commentary. Her commentary was extra. That's not what I'm talking about.
If you guys got the death penalty, which option would you guys opt for? Electric chair?
Bullet in the head.
Gas?
Bullet in the head.
Okay.
Bullet in the head.
Wait, give me the options. Make it goddamn.
He's just like, shoot me, bro. Just shoot me.
Yep. Get it over with.
So you got gas,
Mhm.
you got lethal injection, you got electric chair, and then there are some states that still do allow you to get
Bullet in the head. That's what I would ask for. Take me to the state that does it.
Take
Literally.
me to the state that will get me shot
Yeah.
in the forehead.
Yeah, so
See, but not even in the head. I want it like right here, just straight up brainstem.
Mhm.
So, because in the head, you never know.
yeah. So the difference between if the crazy Christians would do that and whether Muslims would do that, the difference is that there are actually laws against that in this country. And because we're so safe, and it's not just about this, it's about other things. Like, right now, Tucker Carlson going and talking to Vladimir Putin and things like that, like interviewing
They
him.
still allow hanging as well.
So I didn't watch the whole thing, but whatever the beginning I watched, I can comment on that. I didn't like it at all because...
where the fuck do they still hang? I'm sorry. I got
Huh?
caught up on that. I'm sorry.
So I think, in my opinion, this is what it is. It's for Putin to come out and talk, because the way he was talking in the beginning, 15, 20 minutes of the conversation, was shedding really bad light on the... Like, for me not to go into this whole thing of explaining the entire history, basically, he was trying to say that Ukrainians are like ex-Russians that were basically... discriminated against and things like that. That's the light he's putting out there to the world. That's what Putin's doing. Carlson Tucker, because it is a he's a Republican, he's bringing this in a sense that I'm getting the sense that the reason he's going that route is because it's going to put the Republican Party in a better light, because right now they just passed a bill, $170 million. It's called a border bill, $170 million.
Million or billion?
Billion dollars. 20 billion is going to go to the border. I think 15 or 18 billion is going to Israel, 2 billion going to Gaza, and then like 67 or 80, I don't know exactly, billion is going to Ukraine. But it's called a border bill, right? So we don't have a border there, right? Just saying, just throwing it out there. Now I think why he's bringing that Republican,
right?
Yeah, why he's bringing that Republican idea to put light on that these bills are being signed and a lot of money is going away for the Republican Party. I think they both have their own fucking agenda. But whatever Putin was saying, as far as the history goes, it was only the half truth. The other half he wasn't really talking about, right? And number two argument about that was that that Ukraine is a country right now. It would be the same thing as Mexicans came in and said, well, Texas was ours and we're taking it. That would probably never fucking happen.
You saw this? So Alex said, Biden, as a push against China, set incentives to companies to import from Mexico instead of China. We now import more from Mexico than China.
Well, that's fine, because the reason they did that is because China is in a group with Russia, and they're with the BRICS countries, right? Like that's known. And number two, China has their own fucking problems than worry about imports not coming in, right? Like China's literally going bankrupt because of their... So what China has done for many, many fucking years is they've showed as growth, economic growth, by showing their real estate market as part of their economic growth, and that's how they got the ghost cities and things like that. We can, if you want, we can go into it. I don't think it's needed. One day maybe we'll touch it, but China has their own fucking problems to worry about this side and how much we're importing. China imports to the rest of the fucking world. They don't give a shit. The little bit of this America is not going to take their goods, right?
It wasn't a little bit. It wasn't a little bit.
In the whole scheme of things, there's other countries that are importing just as much from China, right? So I think China is in a bigger shit, where India right now is taking a bigger player role in the entire market, because they're going to surpass China in a number of people that live in the workforce. So I think they have a lot bigger problems than worrying about America cutting back a little bit on imports from China, right? So
Miggy, I saw you're looking up execution by firing squad. Can you look up when was the last time we hung somebody?
New Hampshire.
You looked it up already?
So New Hampshire is the only state that legally remains as having a secondary option as hanging.
And when's the last time it happened? Can you see that?
Last time somebody was hung.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably during or right before, or right during civil rights movement, if I were to guess.
1939. It's been a minute.
Right before. So yeah, and right before World War II. So I think Tucker Carlson had his own agenda. Putin has his own agenda, and it's clear and apparent to me. And goes back to the education part where we in the United States don't know the history of the rest of the world. We don't. I was lucky enough to learn the history of the world while I was in another country.
What do you mean the history of the world? We know our perspective. Like, we learned world history growing up.
So, for example, him coming in and talking about Ukraine, how they're ethnically Russian,
well, yeah,
and this and that.
The cultural depth of it, yeah, we don't know that. Like I said, we know our view of as Americans, right? And then not only that, like, we go back as far as, like, you know, like when we do world history, a lot of it is we're learning about religion and religions, how they started. And
yeah,
all
but
that
see,
stuff.
the thing is, in other countries where I was growing up, it's not just religion. We actually talked about United States, how United States became United States, the history of United States, detailed history, just like detailed history of Germany, just like detailed history of the country that you live in, which is Lithuania.
Yeah, so like
that I lived in, Armenia, which I lived
our world
in.
history had like segments, right? So like, for example, at one point we were learning about religion, doing this. Okay, now we're gonna learn about World War II era.
Yeah,
and we're gonna learn about World War I era, or
but for example, things like, so I knew about Mexico and United States deal. Like, I knew about the railroads. I knew about all this stuff where a lot of Asian people were brought over as slaves to work on the railroads. You know, like, we knew that in Lithuania without even touching United States, right? But a lot of United States people that are in the United States don't know what, for example, I'm going to say this word, it's very hard to pronounce. It's called Rzeczpospolita, which means Lithuania combined with Poland, and they became the biggest country in Europe back in 1700s, right? Basically, give or take 50 years here and there. So they became the biggest country and the biggest, mightiest force, right, in that country. So the reason I'm mentioning that, because Putin speaks about this, right? And I understand this because I went through the history, but he only gives one side of the coin versus giving both sides of the coin, right? So the point here is, what he was doing is putting in a light that we are the saviors of Ukraine, technically going there. And someone that doesn't understand the history of this region will say, well, he's right. Why are we sending money there, right? Because that's going to be the automatic response. Why are we sending money?
If you're not informed whatsoever.
Correct. Now, am I saying we should send money there? No. Am I saying we shouldn't send the money there? No. What I'm saying is, you're hearing both sides of the things, and for you to go, you really need to dig and go really deep and understand both sides before you can form an opinion. The reason I'm not forming any opinions is because I'm not, even though as much education I have, I still don't consider myself well versed in this or understand what it is for me to give an opinion on this. It's just like I wouldn't be able to give opinion about Israel and Gaza, who's right, who's wrong, but I can say one thing. When a country is established, that's a country. For example, United States, bring it back to us. United States has Texas. Mexico cannot come in and say, this is part of my lands and I'm taking it back, because historically this was part of my lands. Same thing is happening in Gaza and Israel.
England can say the whole thing about us, right?
Correct. So same thing is happening in Gaza. Same thing is happening in Ukraine right now. So the problem here is that, for me, that's the biggest problem. You can't just go in another country and say, well, because we're saviors and this and this and this and that. Now, the other side of the coin is, those people would talk about, well, United States does this all the time. But here's the difference between United States and another country. When we do go in and do something that basically destroys the infrastructure, this and that, we also push a lot of money there to kind of rebuild it. Now, who's going to earn from it, from that rebuilding? Who's going to make the money? That's a completely different story. But we do end up rebuilding a bunch of shit, right? Now, I'm not saying this is right or wrong. What I'm saying is, there's ways of doing things. Like, these are things that are inevitable, and you do them. And then when you do them, it's like, okay, well, I'm going to pay back what I did. And that's what United States does, right? At the end of the day, I think Tucker Carlson going there, this was a little bit non-genuine, you know. And Tucker Carlson is not a person that doesn't ask hard questions. He can, but I think it was very filtered so far. The 20 minutes that I watched,
interviewing Putin, bro.
Yeah, it's extremely filtered. And I think they told him, "Hey, listen, what is your questions? We're going to look at your questions. We're going to say which questions you can ask, which questions you cannot ask. That's the only way we're going to do in this interview. Otherwise, Putin doesn't give a fuck, right? Like, So I don't know, man.
And they probably
I
gave
don't
him a
know if
list of
this is a good
questions he
thing.
has to ask.
Yeah, he probably did.
Yeah.
They probably did. Putin declined every other reporter from an interview except Tucker, who is pro-Putin with a big audience. Putin knows what it... Yeah, just like I said, Putin knows what he is doing.
They went there with
and
their
Tucker is
agendas, bro.
letting him. No, Putin is not... Tucker is not letting him. Tucker had his own agenda. Putin had his own agenda. It was a win-win situation, like they like to call it in D.C., you know, so that's what Tucker did, right? So if Putin was on fire today, Tucker would not piss on him to put that fire away. Neither would Putin piss on Tucker to put the fire away. They don't give a shit about each other. Bottom line, right? They both could benefit from this, and that's why they did it. And I think that's the bigger problem that we're not talking about. We're trying to say, well, this one is did this and this one is did that, but without looking at the actual why they're doing it. You know, like you kind of have to follow the fucking money, right?
You finding anything interesting here, Mickey, before we close out?
No, all good.
No?
Yeah,
Okay,
Miggy's in fucking World
yeah,
War
he was doing
One and
research
two
on
and
just
fucking...
basically how we killed people over the years, it looks like.
Yeah,
All right,
what'd you
guys.
find? Do we have any... You want to close it out?
Yeah, I
That's
think
fine.
we're good. I'm tired, bro.
Yeah. This was
no
a
more.
pretty
Yeah, we're
packed.
pretty. We're good. We did our hour and a half and something. I think.
Did we do self-improvement? Did we talk about self-improvement?
You want? You got something?
I say with self-improvement.
I think our self-improvement was actually going to jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, self-improvement was jiu-jitsu. Definitely do your physical activity because you need it. More than anything, guys, the default rates on buy now, pay later loans is going up. It's almost up to 30% right now, right? Which a lot of people are not talking about. And what is a buy now, pay later is not considered a credit card because it's not 12 months long, right? If it's 12 months long, they have to report it as credit card. Because it's not 12 months long, they don't report it as credit card, and now they can put up to 30-40%.
I know I've noticed that too, like shopping around for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So for
4
example,
easy payment, 10 easy payments.
Exactly. I remember
Weekly
when that shit
payments.
first came around, it was no interest.
Y'all hear about the Jordans?
Zero interest. And now when you look on them, it's like you buying something that's a few $100 and they want you to pay $125 of interest on. It's like fuck you.
Now they
hear about
still
the Jordan
zero
situation?
interest, huh?
You guys hear about the Jordan situation?
Jordan.
You can go out and buy a pair of Jordans with that method, and it's like $19.99 a month, and then you end up paying like $1,200 when the shoe's like $400.
No. So here we can't say just the $1,200. We're gonna give the exact what it is. If you pay your payments correctly without missing anything, it is 0% interest to this day.
Not all of them. No,
But
a lot of them have like every 2 weeks still like pay on time and it still has like 30% interest.
Some of them do, yes, but the true buy now pay later shit is like when you go to Best Buy, you get the Best Buy card and you buy something, and then if you pay it off within the certain
12
period
months,
of time,
no interest, yeah.
blah blah blah. But the point here is if you do miss that fucking payment, that's when you're getting hit by 30-40%.
And I noticed a lot of these plans, like for example, Affirm, which I've used multiple times, right? Affirm has it to where like the most basic and shortest plan is every 2 weeks for 2 months.
Well,
right?
Yeah, I had
and that one usually is no interest. Sometimes with certain items or brands it'll be interest, but most of the time it's no interest. And then when you look at the plans that's longer, like example, let's say every month for 6 months, or even every 2 weeks, but stretched out for a long period of time, is when you see those have interest on them.
Yes, that's true. And here's my thing. I'm not saying don't do this, and I'm not saying do this. If you're going to do this, make sure you understand your own fucking budget. You can't just take up on a fucking payment if you cannot pay it because it sounds good.
Yeah.
Right? You have to understand. Now, I understand shit happens in the world, right? Like sometimes you have to take up. But you also have to understand the risks that come along with doing this, right? Because your interest rate is going to be higher. Now, my point is here, maybe this could be good for you. Maybe, I don't know what your situation is. But at times, maybe you shouldn't opt for this buy now, pay later situation. Maybe you opt for one that has interest rate on it, right? Because now this interest rate is not going to go up. It is what it is, right? So you're paying that kind of like a mortgage on a house. You're paying that, and that's that, right? Like if you miss a payment, you get a fine, but then you kind of take care of it, right? So if your financial situation is shaky, you might want to opt out for that one. You might. I don't know. Again.
See, but this is the thing, ready? If your financial situation is shaky, you shouldn't be buying anything new anyways.
Correct. And I agree with that. But try to tell people that think magician and musician is the same thing. You know what I mean? Try to tell that to these people. You know what I mean? It's gonna be very difficult to try to explain something that requires a little more brain power, right? So, it is what it is, guys. We're at what, 1 hour, 40 minutes or so.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, about 1 hour and 40. Alrighty, guys. Thank you for joining us. Before we go, shout out Vitality, our official sponsor. Guys, they got that location on 4th Street, location on Park Street, basically covering the whole peninsula of the St. Petersburg, Pinellas County area for you. Make sure to check that stuff out, guys. They got all your modality needs when it comes to recovery. They also cover IVs and God damn it, they have cosmetic stuff as well. So they do like facials. What's it called? God damn it, the freeze fat machine.
Oh, cryosculpting.
Cryosculpt or something like that. Yeah, cryosculpting. They got a bunch of stuff, guys. Make sure to check them out. We're very thankful for that sponsor.
Subscribe, all that good stuff, guys.
And happy birthday to Alex. Thank you for joining us tonight, guys. Alex, Arthur, my dad, everyone who came into the chat.
He does have a point with his last comment. It was a GOP wedge room, correct? It was. And then, they agreed to finance the military budget, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But the point here is that anything that happens in fucking DC, it's never one side is wrong or the other side is wrong.
They're both doing a little wrong.
They're both doing completely wrong. Neither one of them is doing right.
Taking advantage.
It's almost like, well, we're gonna take the worst, best out of the worst situation, right? And so that's the problem. And unfortunately, we're stuck in the middle of the shit, which majority of people are not that. So,
again, thank you everyone who joined us in the chat. We appreciate the talking, which seems like mostly Alex today. Happy birthday, my friend. Hopefully, many more. You guys.